Production support for the Friday Zone is provided by Smithville Telephone Company, a locally owned business serving South Central Indiana since 1922, proudly offering unlimited long-distance, cellular, and DSL. Smithville Telephone, local pride, global technology. And by the Herald Times, featuring what's new at your child's school and schools around the nation, with education news and kids' views. The Herald Times, see what's in it for you.
Are you ready to take pictures like the pros, create a fabulous scrapbook, and check out some amazing art? There's a lot to do, so come on, let's get started.
It's Friday, the Friday Zone. That's my way to carry on. Friday Zone. Well, what do you got at the end of the week? It's a big, big world. Let's take a peek. Now we're in the Friday Zone.
Welcome into the Friday Zone. I am Echo, and I'm so glad you're joining me because together we get to explore the art of photography. Now, here to help us is an actual photographer, so let's welcome him today in the zone. Hi.
Hi, Echo.
Come on in, have a seat. This is Bill Bennett, who is a nature photographer. So, Bill, first of all, start out by telling me about the different kinds of photography. I know nature photography is not the only kind you can do.
Right, there's a lot of different types of photography. Nature encompasses a lot of things, but there's also portraiture photography, taking the pictures of people. There's architectural photography, going out and taking...
never even heard of that.
Yeah, you take pictures of buildings and things like that. And then you have people that get into the world of macro, which is using almost like microscopic type pictures, getting in close to your subjects, like flowers, or even from a scientific standpoint, you might take pictures of cells or DNA and things like that. So there's a wide variety of types.
I didn't even know any of those existed. And you chose nature photography to specialize in. Why did you choose that one?
Well, I really love the outdoors, and when I go out and travel, I wanted to be able to bring back a memory of being outside, and this is probably one of the best ways of doing it. It's being able to go out and take pictures and bring your memory home with you.
Absolutely. So how long have you been taking pictures?
Well, I started when I was about 7 years old in 1975.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and National Geographic had a children's magazine called National Geographic World, and they used to send little projects in the mail to you, and one of them was a camera that I put together on my own.
Wow.
Took 2 rolls of film with it. None of them came out. My grandmother took pity upon me and bought me my first camera, and ever since then I've been taking pictures.
The rest is history.
Yep.
So now that you're this old, how do you keep improving your skills?
Well, I belong to the Bloomington Photography Club, and that's one great way to improve your skills is to belong to a club. And so there's a lot of different photographers there that specialize in all different types of photography like we talked about. And so it's a way for us to get together, share our pictures, and share our knowledge and improve on our skills. I also do a lot of reading, and that's, go to the library.
Is that important with photography?
Very important. You have to do your homework, do your research when you want to take pictures.
And you mentioned sharing your photographs, and you get to share some with us today.
Yeah.
So talk us through. These are absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Well, the top image that you see there is of a polar bear, and that guy weighs about 1,200 pounds and is over 10 feet in length. And I took that in 1999.
10 feet?
10 feet, yeah, in Churchill, Canada. And that's one of the best places in the world to go see polar bears. You can get up close and personal, safely, in a buggy they call a tundra buggy, and so you don't have to worry about them hurting you.
And like you said, you got to get out, explore it, bring back these awesome memories.
Yep.
And this bottom one, some more wildlife.
That's a mountain goat, and that's in Glacier National Park in Montana, and I took that this past August when I was there. And that's one of those moments photographers, a good photographer will admit there's a lot of luck involved in taking pictures. And this guy with 6 other goats walked out in front of me, and I was able I was ready to take the picture and able to capture him in that pose.
And then some nature shots.
Yeah, some nature shots. The top one is a shot that I took in Canada, and it's in the Canadian portion of Waterton Glacier National Park. It's
gorgeous.
Thank you. And that's the Prince of Wales Hotel that you see there on the side. And that kind of gives you a sense of scale of how large those mountains are. In fact, you can see little tiny cars there in the parking lot.
And then these gorgeous colors of leaves, kind of appropriate since
Yeah, just took that
fall.
this past.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
In Michigan.
All right, so Bill works with some kids who wanted to learn how to take better pictures, like these, and they went out in nature and saw it in a whole new light. So did you have a good time?
Oh, we had a great time, and I think we got some great images.
Oh, I cannot wait to see them. Well, we are going to take a look at their time together with the help of the Zone Cam.
I decided to take the photography challenge because my parents always took pictures and I wanted to learn a little bit more about pictures and taking them.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Bill, your Friday Zone Pro. You ready to go take some pictures?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's go. Nature photography really relates to anything that you can take a picture of outside in nature. And it can be from taking pictures of a lake like we have here in front of us, or it can be something detailed like a flower, like we have some dried flowers down there in front of us that would make pretty pictures.
I think learning how to be a better photographer will help me focus on what I'm looking at more and help me to pay more attention to my surroundings.
When you take a picture, you want to keep it as simple as you possibly can.
One of the things I learned from Bill today is that it's better to take pictures, it's better to look through the screen instead of the little view. What are some of the best conditions for taking pictures outside?
Well, there's two special times of day that are really good for photography, and that's early in the morning. The other time during the course of the day is towards sunset, and we call these the magic hours.
I think nature photography is important because if you like to stay inside and everything, you won't know how beautiful it is outside. So if you have like pictures of nature, you can like see more of nature.
That's the other thing that's really nice, especially with a digital camera. If you take the picture and you don't like it, you can always delete it and take another one. That's what I really like about it.
I think Bill was a really good Friday Zone Pro because he like taught me lots of things. I think I'll be able to take better pictures, and also they probably will turn out a lot better than what I did before the challenge.
I think I'm gonna do pretty good when I'm taking the pictures because Bill taught us a lot of stuff and I have a list of things that I would like to take pictures of.
Well, you guys ready to go take your own pictures?
Yeah, thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
And here are our two challengers today in the zone. Hey guys, come on in.
Hi.
Hello.
This is Laura and Megan, and you guys look like you had a great time. Was it fun?
Yes.
Did you learn a lot?
Yeah.
Looked like it. So how did you decide what to put in your pictures? Because I'm thinking there's so much out there to take pictures of.
I decided by looking for good colors and something that really caught my eye.
So bright colors, what did you take pictures of?
Something that grabbed my attention.
So did you learn any skills to be a good photographer?
I learned that you can't put it in the middle, but to the side.
Side?
And
Anything else you want to add, Laura?
not really.
Now she mentioned putting things kind of a little off-center. Is there a special name for that?
Yeah, it's called the rule of thirds, and we
really?
illustrate that using a tic-tac-toe box. And
Okay, do you guys want to kind of show that to us right now?
Okay.
So that explains the composition of the shot?
Yeah, it's the placement of your subject. You don't necessarily want to put your subject right in the center of the picture. You want to put it off to one side or another along one of the lines of the tic-tac-toe grid that they're drawing right here.
Oh, okay.
And that makes for a more interesting picture.
So like say there was, a dog in the picture. Where would you put the dog?
Well, I would put it like in one of these outside boxes, not like directly in the middle, but
And that
like
seems to be a
right
mistake
here.
a lot of people make, is just putting everything right in the center.
Right.
Okay, so how do I compose a really good picture, girls? Give me some tips, Laura.
You want to make it like so it's not exactly in the center, and you might want it to have no flash or something.
Oh, okay. Most people think you have to use flash all the time.
Because sometimes it'll get way too bright, like I did and it just got all blurry and white. And it's like, oh my.
And you
gosh.
mentioned the times of day that were good to take pictures. So sometimes the sun can provide you with good natural light, right?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add, Megan?
Well, you might want to take more than one picture.
Oh, good
because
point.
Oh yeah.
I took like 2 pictures of one thing, and some of them turned out blurry, and I couldn't use them.
took like 5 pictures of everyone.
So you guys, I mean, it doesn't just happen in one shot sometimes.
Yeah, because sometimes you'll like think, oops, I kind of made it all blurry and ugly. Oops.
Do you find yourself doing that too, Bill?
Absolutely. The really good photographers, especially the ones that appear in National Geographic, if they're sent out on assignment, they will shoot anywhere from 600 to 900 rolls of film. So that's 20 to 30,000 pictures to have just a dozen printed in the magazine.
30,000 pictures.
Yep, 30,000
Well,
pictures.
you know what? All that shooting paid off because your pictures look wonderful.
Thank
And
you.
let's see, who took the ones in the left column? Was that you, Megan?
Yes.
And okay, you have the top picture. Just kind of talk us through each one because these
Those are
turned out
great.
so well. We'll start with yours, Megan.
Um,
How about right here in this upper left-hand corner?
oh, I found that by just looking for something that looked really good when I looked at it. I
Yeah.
think I took more than one picture of that. And the middle one, I looked at the sky and I thought was really good, but when I tried to take a picture of it the first time, it didn't really turn out very well, so I had to walk a while to take the second
Well,
one.
it paid off. It looks really good. I like the clouds. And how about this daisy on the bottom?
I found a flower with a bug on it because he had a picture like that, and I really liked it. And I took like a lot of pictures of that one thing in different views.
I bet. And how about you, Laura?
I took the lake picture at Lake Monroe on the back side. I got the sunset in there, if you can
Yeah,
see
it's
it.
really pretty.
It's really pretty.
It's really pretty, and I like the shape of the tree in the middle.
Yeah, it's all tangled, and there's one vine growing all over 2 trees, and so it's really interesting.
And what is this bottom picture of?
That's of orange fungus. I
See,
found that-
ordinarily you'd think orange fungus, oh, but look what a pretty picture it makes.
Beautiful.
So what do you think? Bill, they do a good job?
Very good, yeah. They illustrate a lot of the good points of photography, composition, color, and shape. With the trees there, that has really interesting shape,
Yeah.
and shape can sometimes make for a very good photograph.
All right, so each of you tell me your favorite photograph out of all of these. What's your favorite out of your group?
I like the middle one of the clouds
the
and
tree and the clouds.
flower, but
They all look good. How about, do you have a favorite?
The fungus, because it had the dark on the outside, and then it's like yellow and orange and a little red.
All right, so give us some really good advice for kids out there who want to start taking pictures. Megan, what do you think? What do they need to know?
they need to take a lot of pictures of one thing and never put it exactly in the middle. That was the 2 main things that I would do.
Good point. What about you, Laura?
It takes a lot of patience, so if you don't have much patience, you don't really want to be a photographer unless you really, really, really want to.
Good advice, Bill?
That's very good advice. A lot of
Anything you'd like to add?
I was going to say patience is very important because, again, people go out and take shots, and they sometimes spend months getting that one picture that they're after, trying to get
But
it.
when you get it, it's so worth it.
Oh, yeah.
And because you guys have learned so much and did such a good job, we are moving you up to official Friday Zone Pros. So here are your medals. Congratulations. And Bill, we have something for you to sign, your polar bear picture. But before you actually sign, we want everybody to look into that camera right there and tell everyone watching what they should do.
Take the photography challenge.
That's right. Apply some of the techniques the girls and Bill taught you and start snapping away. Now, if you want to come on TV here in the Friday Zone and take one of our challenges, here's a look at what you should do.
Did you hear the news? You can be on the Friday Zone. How, you ask? Well, camp out at the Friday Zone website to fill out an application. Soon, you could be sailing your way into the zone. Make sure you're ready because Friday Zone challenges are no tea party, or are they? So log on to www.fridayzone.org and take the Friday Zone Challenge.
Taking nature pictures is one of many types of photography. Another is portrait photography. We had a Friday Zone kid spend some time at work with his father to learn how a portrait photographer spends his day.
It's what you do. My name is David, and this is my dad, Steve, and he's a photographer.
This is the studio where my dad works.
I think when my dad's at work, he takes pictures.
20% is taking pictures and 80% is doing other things. When I'm at work, I come in and open up and make sure everything's ready to go for the day, start answering the phone to book appointments, do things in the computer with the portraits.
It's cool because there's cool effects, like the boxes moving and everything.
David will be surprised to see what all goes into taking pictures, the process of getting people to smile and to look good, and in the posing also. Turn the head this way just a little bit, perfect, right there. And of course that great smile right there. And then just adjust that so you can see her, okay? That tells us how to set the camera. David, can you go ahead and press the button on the right meter? Right there.
The most cool thing that I did with my dad today is probably shooting the staple gun and framing the picture.
Was that hard doing that?
No, not that.
Not really? Let's do another one.
That one was hard.
That one was hard?
He has a lot of responsibilities and his job's a lot harder than I thought.
I loved having David here. I always enjoy having David around because he is always fun to be around and just a good kid.
My name is David and this is my dad, Steve, and he's a photographer.
It's what I do.
Fine art comes in many shapes and forms. Taking pictures with a still camera is one form, and so is creating pictures through painting, drawing, or even coloring. A while back, we had someone pay a visit to us to discuss an art exhibit that included works by kids your own age. Let's take a look. This is Cheryl Maxwell, who is the coordinator of the Youth Art Show and Exhibition through the Monroe County Community School Corporation. She's also an art teacher at Grandview Elementary. So, Cheryl,
hi.
Tell me a little bit about this art exhibit.
Well, this work came from a show that we do every year. This is our 27th anniversary of celebrating Youth Art Month, which is a nationwide showing of youth art all across this country. It started probably 30 years ago. We've been doing it for 27 years.
That's awesome. These look great. So tell me about some of these individual pieces.
Well, this is elementary work. Everyone has a hard time believing this, but some of the things that people might be interested in seeing is that we cover a wide variety of ideas and design elements in our work. If we look over to the left, some of the Aboriginal work, this came about, this art teacher I know personally, I traveled with her to Australia last year.
Oh, wow.
And her and I, along with another art teacher, got some fabulous ideas after meeting some real Aboriginal artists, an Aboriginal elder, and we just couldn't help ourselves. When we came back, we wanted to show the kids exactly what we experienced.
I bet. So is that one of the techniques you guys learned about?
Both of these, the dot paintings are a particular style, and then this style right here is also a traditional style, although it would usually be done on bark.
Really?
Yes.
That's really neat. Is there anything else that you want to highlight in
here?
here?
I just thought people might like to see just all the different kinds of things that we do. If you look at the kaleidoscope painting here, we're working on geometric shapes, patterns, color relationships, some stamp print designs, all kinds of watercolor, tempera paintings, a lot of portrait work, and it's really difficult to teach elementary students about proportions, and as you can see, they've done a fabulous, fabulous job here.
Oh, yeah. And I see lots of different textures, too, like in this work right here, it's kind of textured.
Kind of mimicking a more primitive style of art, and believe it or not, we get to accomplish this using everyday objects like brown paper bags.
Yes, I remember doing that in school. I'm amazed because some of these are grade 1 and grade 2.
And then when the students get much older, we get to teach them about really complicated ideas like one-point perspective and starting to help them get more of a very complicated and realistic illusion of depth and dimension in their work.
So how do these kids come up with the ideas? Is there a theme to the show?
Actually, most of the time, these come from lessons taught in the classroom.
Oh, okay.
And so the show comes about from the teachers and sometimes the students working with the teachers to decide on what work should be in the show. We have a limited amount from each school, usually about 9 or 10 pieces.
So those are chosen by the teachers?
Right, and it's a very difficult job for us.
I bet it is. I bet. Looks like you came up with some winners here, though.
Absolutely
They look
fantastic
great.
work.
How long does it take to make a picture like this?
It really varies. On some of the paintings, that may go on starting with a preparatory sketch and then doing a practice painting and then working up to the final painting. So it could last 2, 3, 4 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, they work very hard on their objects.
I guess so. What would you say are the benefits of participating in an art exhibit like this?
Well, the benefits are that they get to see their work in public. They get to see it matted and framed. Lots of visitors come to the IU Art Museum, and that's where our show's been for the past 3 years. And they actually get to feel like a real artist.
It looks amazing. Is there anything else you wanted to highlight about these pictures?
Well, only that I'm so proud of the kids in our community. We have a very strong art background here in Bloomington, and I think it really shows when you look at student artwork, especially from the elementary level. We expect the older kids to have fabulous skills, but
oh, yeah.
I think everyone's pretty amazed when they see the elementary style work.
I know, I am. This is amazing. They did a great job. All their hard work paid off.
Yeah, it really did.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Hi, my name is Amber, and this is the Friday Zone Community Calendar. Why not go outdoors and enjoy one of these great city and state parks this week? Brown County State Park is the largest state park in Indiana. Beautiful in every season, it offers trails for hiking and riding bikes, and there's even a campground for horses. Right in the heart of Indianapolis is Eagle Creek Park. They have both wet and dry activities. You can go fishing or boating, have fun at the Nature Center, or cross-country ski when the park is covered with snow. You'll also want to pay a visit to McCormick's Creek State Park in Spencer. Their hiking trails take you past unique features like Wolf Cave, Twin Bridges, and the falls on McCormick's Creek. For more information about these parks, log on to our website at www.fridayzone.org.
Now that we've learned how to take great pictures, we're going to learn what to do with them with the help of our next guest today in the Zone. Hi, come on in. This is Sharon Follendorf, who owns a scrapbooking store. Now, Sharon, tell us, what is scrapbooking for somebody who has never heard of it before?
Scrapbooking is where you take those photos that you've taken and you enhance them on some papers and tell a little bit of a story about who and what was in the photos.
These look amazing. It's so much more exciting than just a regular old picture frame.
It makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So we all have some pictures today, and you're going to take us through the steps of creating a couple of pages in a scrapbook of our own. So first of all, I know we have to have what is called a layout.
Yes, a layout is just a way of arranging your photos on the page that makes it interesting to the eye.
Okay, so it's not just slapping them on in any old way.
No, and you're choosing some colors to sort of enhance the photos. We've taken yellow and to make this particular blanket stand out.
Okay, and you also have a theme. How do you choose a theme for a page? I know it says there's a little title here that says.
In this one here, we
my
picked the
blanket.
theme because the story is about the blanket.
Okay.
So we use that as our
Cute
title.
pictures. These look so adorable. And what kinds of pictures are best when you're going to create a scrapbook and you have a pile of pictures? How do you know which ones to put in?
You want to use some of your best pictures. You don't have to scrapbook every single photo that you
take a
have.
long time.
Pick out the best ones and lay them out on your pages.
Yeah,
and
we're
just
all
kinda
going to
get
create a layout.
Just kind of get a feel for where they look good. And what we've done is we've already chosen some colored papers here that enhance these particular photos.
Okay, and how do you choose the colors?
Well,
because
we've
chosen the background, we've chosen some backgrounds, like little lays for the pictures. How do you choose those?
We choose those. We look at the photo and there's some red in here, there's some blue in here, and we kind of want to tie them all together. And so we've selected some colors that just make them stand off the back of the background page and sort of pop. We want them to pop.
Yeah, and I noticed you have, since you guys took some nature pictures, you have some kind of nature, kind of earthy colored backgrounds that look really good with the pictures. Like, I really like these. These little trees, and you have some flowers on yours. Those look so neat.
In her picture here, she's got some little yellow flowers in here, and so what we did is we decided to use some little flowers on her page that sort of repeat the flowers from the picture.
They are so neat. So now that we have this pile of stuff, we've chosen our colors, we have our background, how do we arrange them on the page?
You want to have a title, and so we've already done your title,
Yep,
Echo.
Holidays in the Friday Zone.
And we're going to use that on a page because we want to be able to tell the story, and so we need a title for our story.
Okay, you guys want to go ahead and do yours?
And we'll arrange them on there, just kind of working them around to see kind of what looks most interesting. And you've also done your journaling.
Yes, yes. Now explain to us the concept of journaling, because we all both have a title and a journal.
Journaling is when you tell who, what, when, where, why in the particular event. So that 10 years from now, when you look at these pages, you'll know who was in the picture, what you were doing, why you were doing it.
Okay.
So we want to put that on here too.
Oh, cute. So see, you have to be creative with this, don't you? It's
You have
fun.
to be creative.
Because I just would have gone like this, which still looks nice, but like this is so much cooler. All right, so what have you guys chosen for your titles? You have nature photography?
Yeah.
And what does your journal say?
I learned about nature photography from a professional. It was neat to put all of the beautiful things I saw into a picture.
That's so neat. And these are such good pictures to remember your experience by. They're so cool. And what does yours say?
I took the Friday Zone Challenge to learn how to become a better photographer. Bill was my pro and he taught me a lot.
Awesome. Great pictures. All right, can we go ahead and attach these?
Sure, what you're going to use on your photos is what we call a dry adhesive, Echo. And what you're going to do with this is you're just going to take a little bit of it and put it on the various corners, and then you can attach that right onto your little mat.
Now, do you have to use a special adhesive? This
You
isn't
wanna
just
use-
regular old Elmer's glue.
This is an Elmer's glue, because Elmer's
Oh,
glue is a
okay.
liquid glue, and that's going to make your pictures warp, and you don't want to do that with your
Right.
pictures. You're going to use this type of an adhesive because it's dry and it's safe for your photos. So this adhesive will protect your photos and keep them for the next 100 years or so.
Right.
And you can use a little bit of a glue stick for things like these little pieces of paper that you're going to put down. You can use glue stick on those, because when you use paper to paper, that's okay. But you always want to use a dry adhesive on your photos themselves.
Ta-da! So we're almost out of time, but what's your favorite part about scrapbooking?
It's the creative part about it. Just taking the photos and just telling the story about the photos in a really fun way.
Yeah. It's time to say goodbye, but before I go, I want to thank today's guests for being with us, including Megan and Laura here, and all of the others who shared with us about photography and other art forms. I'd also like to thank you for joining me. I'll be here next week with more adventures, but until then, remember to enjoy every day, even with the challenges that may come your way. I'll see you next time in the Friday Zone.
Production support for the Friday Zone is provided by Smithville Telephone Company, a locally owned business serving South Central Indiana since 1922, proudly offering unlimited long-distance, cellular, and DSL. Smithville Telephone, local pride, global technology. And by the Herald Times, featuring what's new at your child's school and schools around the nation, with education news and kids' views. The Herald Times, see what's in it for you.